Hello my lovely friends, my name is Ruro. How do you do? Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing an autism chat today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ruro and I was diagnosed with autism in October of 2021. Welcome. Sometimes I make videos about autism on my channel because people seem to like to listen to them. So today I am going to talk about something that is less happy. I want to talk about autistic burnout because it's something I've experienced and I'm sure plenty of you have also experienced it or are currently experiencing it. And it's not fun. It's really awful and it's hard to understand unless you've experienced it at the depths that I experienced it and that maybe some of you have experienced it, because I feel like there's a difference between autistic burnout and regular burnout, and I know there's not like a definition or anything for what burnout is or like a diagnosis, so it's all very like subjective and hard to know what it feels like. So I thought I would talk about my experience with autistic burnout. And so anyone can experience burnout, obviously, but my understanding is autistic burnout is more like you got burnout from things that normal, quote unquote normal people could cope with. And I also feel like autistic people let themselves get way worse than maybe a neurotypical person would. Because I think to some extent we can more easily be burnt out, and so we sort of assume maybe everyone feels this way, or maybe, like you just need to keep trying harder or whatever. And so at least in my case, I got to the probably normal burnout pretty quick, and then I just kept going until it was like I didn't even know how I was here and alive. Like, it was one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about it. And this is my journal from December 30th, 2020 to January 22nd, 2022. So I would say a substantial amount of the worst burnout was in 2021. So I thought I could read some of my entries to kind of give you an idea of like what I was feeling and thinking during that time. Because like I have a horrendous memory for one. So I've kind of forgotten the intensity of what it felt like. So I thought I could just remind myself, and I'd like made some tabs for things I could read, and I did this a while ago, so I don't honestly remember what they say, so we can find out together. But let me give you some background, I guess. So I would imagine I had experienced burnout before, like in the normal sense, but I kind of didn't think anything about it. And I would often, like, if I would get to that state, I would just leave, whatever was causing me that to be in that state. Sorry about the crow. Because I was very lucky to have a support system and a way out of things if they became too much, up until I was about 27 or so, when I started working full-time and paying rent and all these things. I had never like really worked a full-time job up until then, and so I'd never had that type of commitment, that type of stress, and boy, oh boy, it was something else. So I started a job in September I don't know, maybe around September of 2020, and had a horrible supervisor who streamlined my descent into burnout land very quickly. Much quicker than I probably would have if I'd had a decent supervisor, but that's what happened. And so by beginning of 2021, I was just in a horrible state. And so I mentioned this in another video, but when I started this job in 2020, I was like, I was having a hard time, and I was like, well, it can't get any worse than this, next month will be better. And then a month would go by and it got worse, and I was like, well, it definitely can't get any worse than this. And a month would go by and it got worse, and I think probably by December I had just like lost all of my hope, and I was like, I never imagined it could get this bad, and it's probably gonna get worse. And it did. So I stopped assuming that things would get better. I stopped assuming that things couldn't get worse. And yeah, it just, beginning of 2021, I was in a horrendous state. I was constantly stressed. I was experiencing anxiety symptoms that I'd never experienced, like the physical symptoms of anxiety, because they were so intense. Like chest pains and like trouble breathing, and like I would be driving to work and just like sobbing because I was so unwell and I didn't know what to do, because like I had to pay bills and there was like no way out. And so I actually ended up working at that job for 6 months and then transferring to a different job that I thought would like solve my problems that I was having and like help me become a functional person again. And like my first month there was really good, and the job was great, the people were great. It was, any other person would have done phenomenally in this role. Like it was the ideal full-time job. And so I was very optimistic that I would be able to rebound and, stay at this job for a long time and whatever. Because it really was wonderful. But I quickly realized that I was still sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into burnout. Just an extremely unhealthy level of stress. And it was just from like the day-to-day sort of social interactions and communication things, and I just could never, I didn't have time to relax after that. Like the full-time job didn't allow me the time I needed to, I'm trying to think of the word, I think it was relax, like come down off of this stress high. So I was, and I'm not joking, I was in fight or flight pretty much constantly, which, as you can imagine, is not great for your body, for your health. And so I just was really, really not well. I, just felt really out of control. Like I wasn't in control of my brain. I wasn't in control of my body. Like I remember there were times where I was like sitting on the porch and just like my mind was just spiraling, and my body just felt so stressed and panicked, and I just felt so just out of control. Like I wasn't in control of what was happening, and that was really depressing. And I like stopped feeling things. I didn't feel joy, happiness. Honestly, I don't even think I felt like the appropriate amount of like sadness. Like I remember coming home from work this day. This was at the beginning of the year before I switched jobs. And like I'd had a really stressful day. I had been yelled at for something I didn't do, for something I had nothing to do with. And like I remember driving home that day and just being completely numb and thinking I should be crying, I should be upset, but I just felt nothing, just totally numb. And that was scary. And I just remember the rest of that night, like I was just laying in bed and my fiance was like, you know, holding me and being like, oh, I'm sorry you feel bad. And I'm like, I don't feel bad. I just feel nothing. Which is honestly worse than feeling sad almost, because it's like I just felt broken. I like, you know, the only thing I could feel was stress, which is real bad, really bad. So anyways, like I said, I got the new job. I thought I was going to do better, did not do better, kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I actually quit that job in October of 2021 when I was diagnosed with autism. Because I was just so incredibly unwell. Just every day felt painful and horrible. And I knew I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't leave correctly. I sent them an email and was like, I'm sorry, you know, like something's happened and I can't work anymore. Because it's hard to explain, because like, it's like how distressing can working a good job be? But it's like, that is what made me realize that, like, because I'm autistic, I can't work a full-time job. Like, that made me realize, because that was the ideal job, and it still put me in this horrible place. And the other thing is that, like, was affecting my physical health as well, which was really scary, and I didn't have the energy to deal with that also. So it's just like, everything is happening to me and I can't do anything about it, and I'm scared, but I also don't feel anything. So yeah, it's not an enjoyable experience. And I remember thinking, how is it possible that I'm alive in this state right now? Like, it doesn't seem physically possible to be this unwell and still be going on. Like, it's hard to explain how bad it was, but it got really, really bad. So I guess I should, maybe we could read some. I do apologize if you don't like reading, but I'm gonna read some. So, just FYI, if you don't like reading. Okay. So, this is January 1st, 2021. I said, welcome 2021. This is the most strange new year. I do not feel especially hopeful or excited like I probably normally would. This year has unfortunately shown me that when I think it can't get any worse, it will inevitably get worse. Like I was saying, it's hard to have hopes and goals when the future is so uncertain and out of my control. I'm going to do my best not to dwell on that, and continue to embrace the simple, everyday moments of joy that I can control. I will continue to cultivate the things that will eventually bring me out of this dark place. I will eventually feel happy and full of hope and peace once again. And the thing is, like, I was trying so hard to get better, and nothing I did would help. Like, I was doing all the right things. I always had at least a little bit of hope that things would get better, but yeah. So that was the beginning of 2021. Alright, let's see. So this was, January 2nd. I guess we'd had like a very nice hike, and that made me feel good. So this was after that. It says, I wish that I could stay in this headspace and continue to get better. When I'm not at work, I begin to start feeling okay again. It seems, though, that as soon as I go back, I immediately start to deteriorate. I'm not sure there's much I can do about it, but I'm going to keep trying. I just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and doing my best. Eventually, I'll find a way to change course. Things won't be bad forever. I just have to keep it up until the opportunity presents itself. I can do it. I can handle hard things. Like, I have so much love for this past version of me, because I was just so unwell and just doing my best, you know. But I just kept getting worse, you know. Okay. So this is February 7th, 2021, so about a month later. Hey journal, I'm not doing very well today. I'm doing better now than earlier in the day, but it's been a rough day. How many times can I say day? How long can I keep doing this? Something has to give soon. I feel like this world and the systems in place just don't account for people like me. I don't know if it's possible for me to work full-time for the rest of my life. I always hit a breaking point one way or another. But you can't work part-time the way things are set up now. I don't know what to do. Something has to give. But I feel lost. I don't know the solution and I currently have nothing to look forward to or hope for. This is hard. I'm tired of life being hard. How long will it be before I am happy again? How long will it take for me to heal from this year? I'm just so tired. So yeah, pretty depressing. So, and then February 20th of the same year. Let's see here. This week was particularly hard. I felt very hopeless and stuck. I spent most of Thursday laying around and crying. I told my partner about my autism suspicion, but I didn't go into a lot of detail because I didn't want to overwhelm him. It still felt good to finally say it aloud to someone after almost a year. So yeah, I'd been processing the whole autism thing by myself, and I didn't tell anyone, and it took me like having the most wretched, horrid day and just crying all day before I finally told him. Oh gosh. Let's see. Okay, I wrote this on April 18th, 2021. I'm finding that I can barely get through a 40-hour work week of social interactions without feeling like a shell of a person. How will I get by when I have to add even more on top of that? I remember in the before times, before 2020, I had found a pretty happy way of existence. Even after stressful events, I could generally find my peace and optimism again, fairly quickly. I miss being in that place. I still feel quite broken. Will I be able to heal and find that place again? Even though I'm doing better overall, I'm still not sure I feel happy. I'm not happy, but I still just feel like I may be existing in almost a sort of numb state. I don't really remember that the last time I really felt euphoric, happy, and truly optimistic. These feelings were much easier to find and hold on to before. I thought I had finally figured out how to be more consistently in a good frame of mind. But I guess this year really broke me down. I know I went to some really bad places. The stress literally had negative physical effects on my body. I've never experienced that type of prolonged stress before, and I guess that will take some time to heal from. I know that, but I wish there was a refresh button on my brain that would allow me to just start fresh. So, yeah, this was like right after I started the new job. So I was like feeling a little better, but obviously still not how I was before. And yeah, so this is April 24th. It says, "Good morning, journal. I really wish there was a reset button on my brain." I say that a lot. I wish I could make it shut up for more than just a few moments. It's exhausting. Yeah. So, like, again, that was that, like, out of control, I can't control my own thoughts kind of feeling that I was having, that I was trying to explain. Okay, moving along to May 16th. "Good morning, journal. I am eternally exhausted. It's just my natural state now." So, yeah, just tired all the time, stressed all the time. Okay, this is the next day. It says, "I'm tired. Everything is so hard for me. I just want to sleep and exist. I don't want to work. I don't want to be around so many people all the time. It's too much. It's all too much. Am I ever going to recover from this ongoing burnout? Am I ever going to feel good and content again? I'm just so tired. I don't think I can do this forever. I'm just not capable. I don't want to do any of this anymore. Why can't I just exist? Why do I have to make money? I just want to disconnect." Yeah. All right. May 20th. "Hey journal, I'm pretty tired. I really need a break from reality, from people. It's all too overwhelming. The weather is warm again. I feel like I should be happier about this. The sun always helps, but I'm so numb and tired. And then at the end of the entry, it's like, don't you love how all my entries are basically, I'm so tired, I can't do this. So fun. Love that for me. I feel so bad for this version of me, because I know I was just so incredibly not good. Okay. What day was this? Oh, okay, so this is May 22nd. I imagine my brain is healing. I imagine that's why I can't feel that way. It's trying to get better. There unfortunately isn't a lot of space for it to heal. Despite being in a better place now, it would be a lie to say I'm stress-free. But I hope it is enough to eventually heal. I want to feel okay again, or just simply, quote-unquote, feel. I'm numb. It's like my brain can't process anything except stress. I don't feel sad, but I also don't feel happy. I am simply here. I want to feel joyful again. Sometimes I feel like I can almost feel it, but it isn't quite there, and it's very fleeting. I guess this is what burnout feels like. I hope I recover soon. I need to continue living instead of being stuck in this moment. Thanks for being my temporary therapist journal. Maybe one day I'll find the strength to see a real therapist one day. I don't think it's possible right now. I'm struggling just to stay afloat, but maybe one day when I feel stronger. I hope so. I admire those who go to therapy and do the work internally to be better. I hope one day I can be like that. I did eventually see a therapist. Not very briefly, but okay. May 24th. We haven't gone very far. Okay. So F me. Same shiz, different day. My brain makes life so fun. Sarcasm. Jesus. F. I just want to quit my job. I want to quit everything that doesn't serve my mental well-being. Why is existing in this world so difficult for me? And so the cycle continues on. Love it so much. Okay, and then May 27th. I just want today to be over so I can try and relax. I'm tired. I'm doing my best, but everything is so hard. So yeah, just like eternally struggling. Okay. May 30th. Am I ever going to be okay again? Nothing can ever be normal again. This year is going to follow me for the rest of my life. It is not a fun time to be alive. I need to get help, but it feels impossible. I'm tired of everything being so hard. I'm tired of fighting to stay afloat, fighting just so I don't drown. I just want to feel okay. I'm too tired to keep doing this. And then some expletives. June 5th, 2021. Good morning. This week was effing insane and filled with anxiety. My brain is a bit fried, but what's new, right? I marked this little bit, June 12th. Little section at the bottom that says, P.S. I hope one day I'll be writing happy thoughts in this journal and not just pain. Can't be forever. Like, this is so depressing. I hope you're not trying to relax because... Alright. June 14th, 2021. I need a plan, an escape plan to be exact, but I've got nothing. Where do I go from here? Maybe I just need to make it to vacation. Maybe then I can relax and get my brain in order. So yeah, I had a vacation. We went to the beach in like September, I believe. It's so funny because I would read tips to get over burnout, and it would be like neurotypical burnout, and they'd be just like, take a week off vacation and you'll be fine. And I did, and it did absolutely nothing. So I was like, none of these tips help. Like, none of this is going to help me. It doesn't even touch where I'm at. So anyways. Okay. June 26th. Oh, I guess I went on vacation in June. It says, hey journal, I'm officially on vacation. It doesn't really feel like it though. My brain is still in overdrive. I hope that changes soon. I just want to relax and recover. So yeah. Vacation. I did enjoy going to the beach, I will say. But then immediately when we got home, it was just like, it all comes rushing back, you know? So July 2nd, we had gone on a kayaking adventure, and it was on paper a very cool experience. So I said, and yet I still feel very blah. I should do something crafty today. I've been wanting to. One of these days I'll finish stringing together my Sinbad-zero. That's fine. How scarred am I from the past year? Will there be a point when the fog clears and I can look back and see it more clearly? Bless my little heart. I wish I could go back and give me a hug. Okay, this is kind of a long paragraph. You know what I wish? I wish I could own my own business that could support me. I wish I was in charge of my work. I wish I was in charge of how much I have to interact with others. I wish I didn't have to suffer for a paycheck. Will I ever figure it out, or will I just be stuck in an endless cycle of the same stuff over and over again? Because the world doesn't support people like me. Sure, everyone wants to pretend like we're inclusive to everyone, but it's just not true. Things should be easier for us, but the vocal majority will always win out. Around 80% of autistic people are unemployed, and it's no freaking wonder. The world isn't made for us and doesn't care about us. Sure, they pretend to until it becomes inconvenient or until real change is suggested. Will it ever be realistic for an autistic person to be happily employed? Shoot, is anyone happily employed? It needs to at least be bearable. No one gives a shiz about us. We could bring so much to the table if only things could be done to support our unique needs. But I guess that's not the reality we live in. Even the most inclusive workspaces don't get it. So we suffer in silence until we can no longer bear it. Until we melt down and implode. Yep. Still agree with that. Okay. July 3rd. Okay. So I was talking about how the year's been a hard time or something, and I was trying to grow, blah, blah, blah. I am trying to do that. Would I be reaching out for help if I wasn't so utterly desperate and in pain? Probably not. Would I just continue to soldier on and suffer? Maybe. I'll never know how things could have been. I only know that my current reality is what my current reality is. I hope it leads to a happy ending. I hope I can eventually find gratitude for this time period. I hope it leads me to somewhere I might not have ventured to otherwise. I mean, it did lead me here, so I guess that's good. It's hard to imagine feeling happy again because it's been so long. I don't remember what it's like. The things that once brought great joy no longer have the same effect. Perhaps this is normal for the time we are living through. Perhaps others are also experiencing this. I hope we all get back to feeling good again. Maybe even better than before. More grateful, more empathetic, more kind. I hope there's a happy ending. That isn't guaranteed because we don't live in a fairy tale, but I hope I get there eventually. I hope maybe I can look back and find meaning, but for now I guess I'm grieving. I acknowledge that. I will continue to work through it. I'm going to keep trying. See, I was always, there was always hope in me. It's just kind of a part of who I am. But I was just really not well. Okay, July 10th, 2021. So I have a quote here. It says, "Pay attention to what you pay attention to if you want to know what to do with your life." And it says John Green quoting Amy Cross Rosenthal. So I say, what am I paying attention to at this moment in my life? Am I truly paying attention to anything other than the suffering? It's hard to see past that. I still have interests though, right? They just don't feel important right now. When you're in pain, you tend to only be able to think about that. That's how we survive, I guess. You have to fix the things that's causing the pain before it causes too much damage. But I don't know what the fix is. I mean, other than quitting my job, but then I would have an entirely different set of problems, and I would be a burden to the person I love most. Maybe diagnosis is the beginning of the solution, but it's not a simple fix. It's complicated and messy and not guaranteed. But what if it works? What if it helps? What if it helps me find my way back to a healthy brain? What does my life look like in which I am happy and taken care of? Is there a happy solution out there for me? Will I ever get out of this mental prison? It gets harder and harder to remember what happiness and contentment felt like, to not have the pain in my chest from the constant anxiety. Is it even possible to reverse this? Will I carry this with me forever? What is the solution? I wish someone would show me. I can't seem to find it on my own. I hate my life. I hate my job. I hate the systems in place that are suffocating me. I hate it. I don't want to hate my existence anymore. I just want all of this to be over. I want to feel grateful, happy, and full of peace. How do I get there? Someone show me how. I want to be able to write happy thoughts in here one day and not just sorrow and misery. There's more to life than this. And then the next day I wrote a list of things that would help me improve my life. See, I was always like trying so hard. But like I couldn't get out of it because I was just constantly having to deal with things that were making it worse, you know? So, July 13th. I went to the doctor today. I cried. I'm still processing it. I did it though. I did the hard thing. Oh my god. This doctor I told about, I didn't even mention autism. I was talking about anxiety and depression. I was like, can you please refer me to a psychologist or something? I need help. And she was like, yeah, I'll get them to send you some resources. And they never did. And this was just another letdown. I was like, really? I was, this person is crying in your office with mental health issues. And I was just ignored. So, yeah. All right. July 14th, the next day. Hi, I'm a person and I'm doing my best. I will be okay. Everything will be okay. I'm doing okay today, and I think that's enough. Maybe there is some hope for me. There are no easy fixes for this, but I can do the work. I'm strong and capable. I've grown so much. I can make it work. I mother effing can. Breathe in, breathe out. Nothing is too much work if you break it down into pieces. You don't have to solve everything all at once. I was so... I deserved better, you know? I was trying so hard. Alright, so July 17th. I think I'm ready to start therapy. I think I'm capable. I'm not sure I'm ready to make the appointment yet, but I think I will get there soon. That's huge. I think it will be good for me to talk to another human being about all this. It's hard to do, but I know the payoff could be huge. I want to be someone who goes to therapy. I want to grow as a person. I want someone to guide me and hear my experiences. I don't have to do everything on my own. I can ask for help. Something I'm not very good at. Alright, July 24th, 2021. Hey Journey. I called my journal Journey. I'm not gonna lie, this week was pretty rough. It was one of those weeks that make me feel really autistic. I actually completely called out yesterday because it all felt like too much. Anyways, I finally got an appointment with the therapist. I'm nervous, but I'm also glad I'm finally moving forward with this. This is how I grow and overcome struggles. I'm proud of myself for doing the hard things and putting in the work. I can do this. I hope this is the start of healing and growth. I hope this leads to a better place and a happier way of living. To myself, you're doing so good. This is really hard stuff, but you're doing it. That's amazing. Alright, let's see if I can enjoy this weekend. Oh my gosh. I did not deserve to feel this way. But, you know, that's the world we live in. Okay. This is August 6th. So this is kind of the end of an entry. It says, the worst part is that I know if I could allow myself to rest, I could get over all this. But proper rest would mean leaving my job, and that's not realistic now, is it? The world we live in feels awful and suffocating. It's not made for me. Maybe it's not made for anyone. Well, anyone except rich white dudes. I wish there was a better way. Anyways, I'm just gonna go try and soak in these moments of peace before the crushing anxiety returns. Okay, September 5th, 2021. Hey Journey, I'm having a bit of a rough time, so I'm going to use my colored gel pens because they are pretty and happy. I used every one. So much of my life feels up in the air and out of my control. I'm having a hard time controlling these feelings of panic and the spiraling negative thought patterns. Yesterday was especially bad. I spent most of the day curled up in bed, crying on and off. It's also overwhelming and awful. One good thing is how sweet and understanding my partner has been. I'm not sure what I did to deserve such a sweet, understanding human. I doubt he even realizes the impact of the simple things he does for me. He's just such a good human, and I love him so much. He is a good human. He's a wonderful human. Alright, September 18th. Hey, things are pretty heavy lately. I think I'm getting close to ending this nightmare I'm living in. This is the hardest part, though, getting to the end. I had my intake appointment for the autism assessment last Monday. It was overwhelming, but I got the okay to move on with the assessment. We're waiting for insurance to approve. The wait is excruciating. I just want this to be over. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to have answers. It's all really difficult, but I hope it's worth it in the end. Work has been really hard and overwhelming. I just do my best to get through each day. I just want to feel okay again. I want to feel like me. I want to start healing. I'm so incredibly not okay. It's so isolating. Please let this end soon. Yeah, so that was that. The wait between the autism assessment stuff was excruciating. Like, yeah. Okay, September 25th. My autism assessment is next Wednesday, the 29th. It's all coming to an end. I can do this. Everything will be okay. Just a little longer. I can do hard things. And then I want a break from doing hard things. There has been too many for way too long. I deserve a break. I deserve to be comfortable and happy. I will be comfortable and happy. I will take back control. I'm allowed to put myself first. I will find my calm. I will be okay. Just hang on a little longer. You will look back on this as someone who has grown and is happy to exist. She will be thankful for you doing this now. I promise. I am thankful. You did a good job. Me. Okay. October 4th, 2021. I quit my job today. I don't think I know how to feel yet. I know this is the right choice for me, but it's still change, and change can be hard. I know this isn't a magical fix for my mental health, but it should help. I can put all my focus on getting better now. That is my number one priority. I definitely made the right choice though. Quitting my job. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't, to be honest. October 6th, 2021. The way I started this was burnout recovery day 3. How am I feeling today? I'm not sure yet. I think with each day, the anxiety and panic decreases. Hopefully this allows my body and mind to recover. I'm just trying to give myself the best chance to start healing. I hope as time goes on, I start to feel more things. I hope I start setting goals again. I hope I become optimistic again. I hope I enjoy things again. I hope I feel peaceful and content. I hope I find a lifestyle that fits me and my needs. I'm not a fan of transitional periods, but I'm doing my best to embrace it and be present in the moment. Feel whatever it is I need to feel. Okay. This is the last one I have marked. I don't know if I just didn't read the rest or not. But let's see. So this is October 7th, Burnout Recovery Day 4. This week I'm allowing my body to rest as long as it needs. I'm doing my best to not feel like I have to be busy. I don't need to be constantly busy. Rest is productive. I have to let my body rest so I can heal. I'm going easy on myself until I feel like I can do more. I deserve to heal. I deserve to feel safe enough to plan for the future. I deserve to feel well enough to do things I love. I deserve to enjoy living. By the way, my final appointment with the psychologist is October 15th. I'm interested to see how it goes, but I'm not going to stress about it. Whatever happens, happens. I will be happy to have it behind me. The whole process was quite intense. Yeah, I actually forgot about this. I guess after the autism assessment, I kind of just was like, okay, it's over. I'm not going to stress about it anymore. And then on the 15th, I got my diagnosis. The whole process was very stressful, but yeah. Anyways, I don't have any other days marked, so we'll just end the journal readings there. So yeah, quitting my job was the start of healing for me, and I have gotten substantially better since then, but I still feel like even 2 years later, I still feel like I'm not quite the same as I was before. Like, I still get stressed way easier. Like, I flip the switch into fight or flight mode a lot easier now, and I also have trouble feeling things still. Like, I have trouble feeling joy and things like that. So I've definitely improved with giving myself a break. But I like permanently altered the way my brain functions, or I still have a ways to go. I don't know which it is. But I'm definitely in a better place than I was, for sure. And if you don't really know my story, so I quit my job that October. I was doing DoorDash for a while to pay my bills, and then my car broke down that summer, and my fiance started paying the bills, and I started focusing on YouTube full time, and that's kind of what I do now. So he's amazing, wonderful, and supporting me while I fix my mental health, and he's just wonderful. I don't know where I'd be without him. It wouldn't be good. So yeah, I do have a hope that perhaps one day my YouTube channel could support me more financially, but obviously I'm not at that point. But who knows? We'll see where it goes. I really love making videos. This is the most sustainable thing I've ever done in my life. I enjoy it. It's fulfilling. It doesn't burn me out. I mean, a little, but like I can manage. It's not like having a full-time job. So that's sort of I hope that gives you a glimpse into what my autistic burnout was like, and maybe some of you can relate to it. I hope you can't. But I'm really sorry. I know that's just like a big struggle in the autism community, is like figuring out how to support yourself and not like mortally wound yourself in the process. But yeah, wishing you guys well. Let me know what you think. I still don't feel like I even touched on what it felt like to be in burnout, because it's just really hard to explain, and it doesn't feel real unless you've experienced it. Because had I had someone explain this to me before I went through it, I don't think I would have believed them, because it just sounds really dramatic, but it was horrific. And I think it's a pretty common experience in autistic people, so yeah, we need to do better. But anyways, that was my video talking about my autistic burnout. If you have any questions, let me know. I can do a follow-up. But yeah, I thought reading the journal entries would be a good way to try to show you where I was mentally, which, like, I feel like this doesn't even begin to describe, because I think I would often write when I felt a little better, but like when I was really, really bad, I definitely didn't feel like writing. So anyways, I should go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if that's the right word. Learned something? Anyways. Alright, thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for listening. I love you. I hope you're doing well. And I will see you in the next